Alongside Kurt Byram and Tony Romo, his opening tee shot at his first PGA Tour start.
Quite a bit of room off the tee here at the Corrales Golf Course. Driver, and it was a good one, down the left side in the fairway.
This was his second shot at 4.
Yeah, early on, you could tell he talked about commitment in that interview, and he was committed. He made some really good swings. The putting was a problem, but he can work on that as well. That was a good shot there. That led to a birdie at the 4th.
And then this, maybe the best putt he hit all day at 5.
He had the correct speed here. He also talked about that in the interview. His speed, yeah, perfect there, but his speed was off a little bit. Some of that, I think, was because of nerves.
So we get to 7, and Romo is even at this point. This was a par putt at the par 5.
Bad bogey there, but he almost knocked it on in 2. He actually knocked it over the green at 7 and came up with bogey.
But then flashes of the wedge game that Kay just alluded to. This was at the 8th.
Yeah, his wedge swings looked really good to me. His long swings got a little out of control later in the day, especially.
He would make the the birdie, excuse me, at 8 and get back to even par. He was even as he got to the 10th and had this to save par. And a momentum saver to remain even for the day. He was even through 12 and then had some trouble at 13 with a bogey, then his 4th at 14.
I probably chose the wrong club off the tee, then didn't hit a good layup shot. All of that, bad lie for his 3rd shot. It all led eventually to a double bogey there at 14.
And then on the tee at the 15th, this is where things got a little bit loose.
This, to me, is where he's talking about not being committed and sort of steering it. He wasn't committed there. If you're committed and you're determined, that's when you free up and let it go.
Ends up with a bogey there at 15. And then a par save at the 18th. Once more, let's join Kay Cockrell.
Thank you very much. Alongside Tony Romo, we just showed you your first tee shot, and you piped it down the first hole. On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous and excited were you on that first tee?
I was nervous. I think I knew going in that I was going to be try and rely on your mechanics and your fundamentals and just swing, and we hit it fine. But I 3-putted like 3 times, twice early in the round, and that's just nerves. And hopefully you can get that out of the way and get a couple of the swings that you aren't used to doing, and then come back and play better tomorrow.
A lot of people were curious how you would play your first ever round in a PGA Tour event. Kind of a tale of 2 nines. Yeah. Even par on the front, and then things got out of control 13 through 16. What happened during that stretch on the middle of the back 9?
Yeah, I hit 2 poor tee balls, just didn't commit to it, and ultimately just got put in a tough spot where you're just trying to make a par. But, we hit the ball good today. I hit it, a lot of good shots, and they ended up, a couple times in some poor spots. But you learn the golf course as you play it throughout the week, and then you just got to putt. I mean, 3 putts add up, even though you're 20 feet and a couple of them straight up, and you leave 8 to 10 feet short. So I think that's something I'll go back and work on a little bit, and I think that'll be better tomorrow. But we had it going for a little bit. We were close.
You hit a lot of good wedge shots, and I know that's something you've been focusing on. And then you hit some great chip shots, and then other times you threw away some shots around the green. Is that just the inconsistency of not having played this game at a high level for years and years like a lot of these guys have?
Yeah, ultimately over 18 holes and 72, your flaws start to show at some point, and that's why you compete, though. You compete to know how to practice, and so then you go practice, to improve for the next time you step out here. And I really hit some good shots, and I'm close. I had a chance to, like I said, be under par pretty easily there for a while, and then 2 or 3 shots in the back 9 cost me, but that's golf.